Yeah, yeah.
And you're punching continuously like this. It's, you know what I mean?
How to achieve internal power in Wing Chun. So, why listen to me? I'm a Wing Chun master in the Ip Man Choi Shung Tin lineage. I've been training since 2000, so about 24 years. And I've made it my study to find out how to understand and develop mind power, or the internal power known as Nim Tao, Nim Lik, or mind force for the last couple of decades or more. So, how do you do it? This is the key, the state. So developing what's called the state. Now the state is comprised of multiple components, right? It starts with one's spiritual intention, which is your link to higher levels of consciousness or energy. So this here is the map of consciousness, and we all have a different level of energy in ourselves, but I'll go into that a bit later. Centering, so the use of the spine, the central meridians, and the energetic system. How do we align that to generate more internal power? Sensing, the ability to sense space, otherwise known as ether or chi or prana. How do you sense it and actually connect to it? Sinking is the movement of energy, also aligned with how to dissolve and let go as well. Seeing is the visual component of energy, so your ability to visualize. And then the state is bringing all of these together into that internal power condition so you can generate maximum power and also potentiate speed as well because of deep relaxation. And the cool thing about generating internal power is that it's something that, you know, you can continue to evolve over time. Sure, they'll reach a point, you know, when your body starts to get weaker, that you won't be able to generate as much power because the body won't be able to, you know, give off the power you've cultivated. However, it's something that you can continue to cultivate in regards to level of control of the thoughts, emotions, and your overall life quality because of what we call the state. Now, if we come back to it, how do you achieve, you know, internal power? How do you get that effortless power, which is, you know, quite profound? So you can punch really hard, withstand a lot of force, and control another person's body in a somewhat seems unbelievable way. Now, the spiritual intention, now that's directing the mind towards a higher frequency, whether that's joy, peace, love, power, freedom, prosperity, creativity. Now, Dr. Hawkins, who wrote Power versus Force and Letting Go, which are great books, you should read those if you're really interested, mapped out this map of consciousness, which outlines the levels of energy from the lower ones of, you know, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, which are downward forceful frequencies and energies, which kind of drain your energy and draw either from others or from yourself, as opposed to levels of power over 200, such as courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, enlightenment, and all the other uplifting emotions. Now, getting yourself into a powerful frequency means that your energy is expanding within you. And if your energy is expanding and if you're in alignment with the powerful energy, then you can actually manifest internal power in a much greater way, which is something which was really overlooked historically by practitioners because they weren't really thinking about the energy they were aligned with or coming from. So how do you align with it? Firstly, via intention. So you make a decision, okay, I'm going to be either peaceful, powerful, loving, kind, creative, expressive, free, prosperous, whatever it might be. And as long as it's an expanding upward energy, that will, you know, allow you to be a conduit or manifest that type of frequency within you to then utilize not only for power generation, but for the influence on all the other pieces as well. So it's kind of like your way of being in the world. You know, another great teacher who's big on this is Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he's, you know, mapped out the different emotions in the different energetic centers. So, you know, the lower frequencies to the higher frequencies. Now, the higher frequencies make you more powerful. My master, he was extremely wise and very joyful in his energy. He was always quite uplifting to be around, which is why it was very easy for him to manifest this power. So, you know, and joy and reason are around the 400-500, and this is a logarithmic scale. So you can see how that's important. So first things first, set your spiritual intention. Next part is centering. Centering is putting your focus into your central column. We do that by softly drawing up at the base, Tai Gong, or it's like lifting at the perineum gently. That links the stance, so you unify the whole body mass, but it also gives you an awareness of where you can start to rise from. So from that spot, you can start to, put your sensing, so you can sense the space of the center and also have like a sense of expansion through it. Now, there's many more detailed lessons on my, YouTube and Spotify, all that, so if you want to go deeper into it. Also, there's my free community where there'll be a link somewhere here, probably below as well. Now, centering, you put your focus in your center. So you sense the space of the center from that tailbone, from drawing up to the crown of the head. So you can even touch the crown of your head as you draw up and connect those 2 points with your awareness. Now that starts to use the spine as the supporting structure for the limbs. So when you make contact with an opponent or a training partner, you're not just pressing with the arm and the muscles of the shoulder and chest, for example. You'll be using the spine as a structural support. So you have a nice, robust, integrous structure. Now, apart from that, on the deeper energetic side, you're sensing into the central meridian from the chakra system, from the meridian system, and the energetic centers from the chakra system. So, for example, body, heart, mind. And as you put your awareness in your center, you start to connect to your energetic body, your energy body, which there's a picture just above me of, if you can see up there, here. So, you start to connect to the central column or the central meridians or the central energetic channel so that you can start to attune your center with your spiritual intention. So you can start to bring in a higher quality of frequency, meaning you'll be more balanced mentally, you'll have a better influence over your emotional quality, because when you place your focus in your center with an intention towards your spiritual nature, you'll feel an uplifting quality in emotion. So you'll have a good feeling in your emotions. Now, that's a good indicator of the expansion in your energy or the moving into powerful energy, as opposed to when you feel negative, downward, upset, or a sense of resistance, your energy is moving down. So to generate internal power in this Kung Fu system, you center yourself, like the exercise I just spoke before, whilst bringing, this exercise now, whilst bringing your spiritual intention to mind. So you get a sense of upliftment or a good feeling in your center. That's the indicator of a good flow of energy in your system. So that's some points there. Now, there are other exercises we use, such as getting into that good feeling and then breathing energy up through the center and so on and so forth, but we'll save that for a later lesson. Next. Because there's a lot to unpack here. You can literally do a week or a month or a lifetime study on each one of these components. However, I'm trying to give you the overall picture so you can start to understand and practice it in your martial and Kung Fu training. Now, sensing is your ability to sense space. Now, we are, less than 1% matter. You can look up the science behind this. Each cell is like 0.001% matter, and the rest is space, frequency, energy, vibration. Good old Tesla said, right? Tesla said that if you would like to discover the secrets of the universe, then start to think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. And that is what we are. We are much more frequency, energy, and vibration than we are matter. So sensing is about you sensing the space your body occupies. Now, how does that make you powerful? Firstly, by sensing the whole space deeply, you're able to start to direct your mass intelligently. So just the directionality of your mass and your intention, via sensing is one part. The other part is that as you start to sense deeply, you can start to influence and release tensions in your system. And any tensions in your muscular system are like blockages that disconnect your bone structure, so you can't generate as much power from the internal method, which is a combination of stance, structure, and most importantly, state. So sensing your space, like the way you sense your butt on the seat now, or your back on the bed, or your feet on the floor, depending on how you're positioned right now. Sensing helps you to deepen your awareness so you can intelligently direct your mass and your intention, but also to be able to start to release tensions, which moves into the next component. Sinking. Sinking is the movement of energy or awareness. So, for example, if you feel your feet. From your feet, move your awareness up to your knees. That's the movement of energy. Yes, it's probably upwards, but sinking is the downward movement of moving energy. So you can move up, down, left, right, or any direction, but sinking is just downward for release work. So for example, if you feel the crown of your head now and start to sink and drop your awareness through the brain, face, eyes, jaw, tongue, neck, shoulders, chest, back, arms, belly, all the way down through your body, that's the sinking energy. It's the movement of awareness. Now, or tam in Cantonese, to sink. Now, Sinking, you can think of it like gravity, right? Everything wants to release and go down, and everything naturally does. Now we're looking to potentiate and align with that via awareness so that we can start to sink and release tensions. Now, apart from sinking and releasing tensions, there are levels to this. You want to be sinking and releasing emotional and mental tensions, which is another deeper layer of sinking. Because in order to really bring out your power, you've got to release all the blockages. And the blockages are either physical, energetic, emotional, or mental. So training and learning how to sink, dissolve, let go, release, and surrender any blockages makes your body more relaxed, makes your energetic system more free, your mind and your heart more open and spontaneous and connected, so you can manifest more power. So sinking is a big component of it as well. Now, lastly, you have, or not lastly, second lastly, you have seeing, which is the visualization, which is the imagery that plays out in your mind's eye for any thought and emotion, because every thought and every emotion you have has an image in your mind's eye. Now, think of someone you love very much, right? And straight away you see them in your mind's eye, and there's an influence on your actual emotional quality and frequency because of that image, that thought, right? So we want to be conscious of the images and thoughts we use so we can generate more internal power, whether that's seeing the actual space we're in through white light, whether it's sinking and visualizing the sinking, whether it's directing by seeing a point or a line in front of you to direct your power. So visualization becomes another key component in manifesting internal power. Now, all of these pieces come together. Your highest intention, peace, joy, love, power, prosperity, whatever it might be. Centering, getting that sense of awareness through the center and unifying the body and uplifting the frequency in the center. Sensing, becoming conscious and aware of your space so that you can influence and direct it. Sinking, your ability to let go, release, relax, dissolve, so that you can actually be spontaneous, free, and powerful. Seeing, bringing it all together through the direction of your focus, or hung, they say in Cantonese, so that you can culminate maximum power through observation and understanding of the thought forms through their image or their picture in the mind's eye. All of these come together in the state. So this is what the state is. The state is actually your natural condition. You have a level of consciousness which can be risen. You have a center. You have space. Everything wants to sink. The mind has a point of focus and imagery in it all the time. So all of these things you are the state. And it's about refining that quality of state by intention, attention, and practice of these different components so that you can manifest your internal power. Now, I know that was a lot to unpack. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'd love to answer them for you. And that's pretty much it. You want to bring, I mean, there's a lot more to go into that, of course, but you want to bring the state not only into like a meditative practice, but into your forms, into your form training, into your look sao, your chi sao as well, your sparring, into your techniques, and essentially into your daily life so that you become the state. My master used to say, I am Silim Tao. So saying I am Silim Tao, which is the first form of Wing Chun, is like saying I am the state. And the thing is that we all are the state. We all are at varying degrees, you know? So it's like a skill level, so to speak, or an alignment with. So that's pretty much it. Any questions, observations, or discussion points, put them in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.